everyone. Welcome to Book Talk Tuesday. Today we are going to talk about three books that are kind of newish. They all came out in 2017 and they all have to do with bullying. So, the first one I have to talk to you about is one that I really loved last year. It almost made, actually, all three of these were probably in my top 10 of middle grade books that I really loved last year. The first one is called Hello Universe. It's by Erin Entrada Kelly. This book is really neat. I didn't realize it when I first started reading it, but it is written in the characters' different perspectives. There's 4 different characters. You have to kind of watch though, because usually when books like this go between different perspectives, it tells you at the beginning of each chapter. This one doesn't, but you do have to pay attention. If you pay attention, you'll notice there is a little icon, like a little picture at the beginning of each chapter, and each person has a different little picture. So once you start to realize whose picture is who, it flips back and forth. It has 4 characters in it. They're all very different, but one person is quite a mean person and a bully. And it's kind of how the others kind of end up connecting and bond together and figure out how to kind of get past that bullying. It's an excellent one. One of the things I really liked about it is in my community there are a lot of kids that would be in our schools that are from the Philippines, and this author, her mother's from the Philippines, and she has a character in here that's from the Philippines. So I got to learn some Filipino language and try it out with some of my students. They definitely perfected it for me because I was pretty awful at it, but I really liked how some of the kids in my classes were able to see themselves with a character from their own culture. It was really neat like that. Another one that I really loved is from another author that I really like. This is by John David Anderson. It's called Posted. It's all about how a couple kids start writing post-it notes, leaving notes to each other on lockers, but eventually it kind of gets out of hand and mean things get written, and it's kind of done sneakily around, so the teachers don't notice, but they know things are going on, and then kind of how kindness wins out. This one is a little bit more mature, so maybe a little bit more for the older middle grades. But if you haven't read John David Anderson, he also wrote Miss Bigsby's Last Day, which is a major tearjerker, but a really good one. And I think in March he's coming out with Granted, another one, which I'm sure will be excellent. But this one's called Posted. It's excellent. Definitely one you got to read. And the last one is by one of my favorite authors, someone that I read all of his books when I was in grade 5. My grade 5 teacher introduced me to him as an author, and I haven't been able to stop reading him since I was 10 years old. This is by Gordon Korman. It's called Restart, and it's got a completely different plot line from anything I have ever read. It's not your typical book about bullying. What happens in here is the bully, the mean kid, actually falls off his roof and hits his head. He gets amnesia, which means he can't remember anything. He doesn't remember really even who he is, who his friends were, nothing. So then he goes back to school and he doesn't really understand why people are scared of him or don't like him or try and stay away from him. He gets back with his old friends who are kind of mean, and he starts to realize, I don't even know if I like them, much less want to be around them. And he really starts to kind of see through different eyes and, kind of maybe think about what he's done and what he needs to do to maybe make amends. It's a really great, neat perspective on the whole bullying thing and how it can really change. So Restart by Gordon Korman, Posted by John David Anderson, and Hello Universe by Erin Entrada Kelly. All wonderful ones about bullying and doing the right thing and thinking about others before yourself.